I thought a long time about how to best introduce Kamala, and so it seemed only appropriate that I pay homage to her favorite rap musical, Hamilton. So here we go. Kamala's favorite movie is Emperor's New Groove, which is about a llama. Nothing wrong with Kamala. See, you have to stand there. I am very honored to be able to introduce Kamala and honor her tonight. Again, another person who's been here probably close to 3 or 4 times longer than I have, so I feel a bit of a fraud, but I'll do my best. I wanted to recognize in Kamala the quality of purity of consciousness. Purity is often misunderstood. It's thought of as simple innocence or the lack of malice. And while there is no malice in Kamala, I think true purity is a lot deeper than that. I think purity is a heart that is open, a heart that's at peace. And I think Kamala expresses that in multifarious ways. Kamala is a kind, empathetic, and sweet human being. Kamala is also funny. She has this ability, and this is why I actually gave her the quality of purity, because no one complains more than Kamala. But never once has that complaining come from a place of true anger or upsetness or anything negative. It comes from this, it's like almost an uplifting level of complaining. I don't even quite know how to interface with it. I come from someone else complaining, I'm like, you'll get over it. And then she complains, and I'm just laughing. Because you can feel the willingness. The complaining is so superficial, it's so on the surface, but it's how she expresses herself. And that is one of the reasons I think she is one of the funniest people I know. It's subtle. I think in the time that I've known her, she's grown by leaps and bounds. I think she's become truly herself, the self that she's going to be in the next stage of her life as she goes off to college. I think she is more comfortable with who she is, but more importantly, more comfortable with why she is. Why she is the way that she is, why the qualities she has arranged themselves in the way that they do. And I think that that is possibly the most important life skill. Kamala has been working on media with me, which I've really appreciated. This is the second consecutive year where the marketing team has been headlined by someone who does nothing related to marketing. It's always them, the students. And in this case, Kamala has been a remarkable artist, a remarkably talented marketer in terms of thinking of how people think. How are we going to reach them? How can we help people? Because Kamala, above all, is a bigger fan of the school and what it can do for you than maybe even I am. That's not true, I'm a big fan. Don't hire me. But I mean, she lives it, she believes it. And so even when she's complaining, and even when she's saying these things that are on the surface seem like she wouldn't, she really believes in what the school can do. And I think at the end of the day, the fact that so many of our students talk about the school and about the people around and about the community that surrounds them, Kamala in particular, I think that says a lot about not only the school, but also the caliber of individuals that come. And Kamala is an exemplary example of that. I could say many, many more things, but all I want to say is that Kamala is a good noodle and a good friend. Thank you for the journey, Kamala.
So trying to write the speech was a lot like M. Night Shyamalan trying to cram the Avatar series into one terrible hour-and-a-half long movie. But hopefully this will be a little bit better. If someone told me that they had spent 12 consecutive years at the same school, I might be a little concerned that they'd had extensive issues graduating. But when I tell you that I have spent that time here at Ananda School, I am telling you that I spent over 12 years in personal development, in learning to serve, and in learning to push myself and other people to be the best version of ourselves that we can be, all while being surrounded by wonderful, special people. This is mostly about gratitude. And I want to thank everyone who has contributed to my growth in some way, and for what you continue to do for each other and the students here. I'm sure everyone has heard the African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child, and this year I was desperately thinking of what on earth am I going to put in my speech? I realized just how true it is. My education has involved not only the teachers hired by the school, but the entire Ananda community as well. I've been inspired by photographers to pick up a camera and start experimenting. I've been inspired to do horseback riding, archery, not at the same time. I've been camping, I've pursued media, especially being encouraged to paint and draw and pursue art. And working in the market the last few years and at the retreat this past year is giving me experience I hope to put on my resume for when I apply for a job at Starbucks. The teachers inside the school have given me more than I can begin to articulate, and it astounds me that you continue to do the same for each student to pass through these doors. I have been continually supported by many of you since kindergarten and have endless amounts of gratitude to Narani for all the coloring books she made us and for teaching us how to read, to Balarama for the awesome camping trips and for resolving recess disputes by appointing a recess queen. Because we fought a lot. To Kathy and John Olasky for taking us on a bunch of outdoor adventures, some of which we were rained out on, but it was still fun. To Nitai, Irene, and Radaya for being infinitely patient with my angsty middle school phase. To Radaya again for every delicious cheesecake you have baked for us throughout the years. And to Kamran, Brian, and Vashti for taking on this ginormous and I'm sure emotionally taxing role of spending every day with teenagers and always pushing us to our limit so we eventually come out the other side as better people. You are all more than teachers, you are mentors, friends, and modern-day superheroes, and I have endless respect for the fact that every day you continue to change lives for the better. When I first started writing, and I'd like to thank my family, I was super annoyed at how cliche it sounds, but my gratitude truly does come from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all both here and on the East Coast for raising me, doing that whole thing, and for giving me your unconditional love and support. The hours you spent with me on fishing trips, cooking and baking, learning programming, teaching me math or chemistry, or just testing my emotional limits are invaluable to me. Not only have I learned from them, but they've been the basis of many memories that I will always hold on to, whether I want to or not. Lastly, I would like to acknowledge the Ananda community as a whole and beyond. With those of you I've known longer, I've not only found mentors, but surrogate parents and siblings. And to every parent or child who has made the decision to spend time here, I want you to know that you have made a choice that will affect you positively in a way that not much else could. None of us would be in this room right now if it weren't for all of us, if that makes sense. And it has been such a growthful experience to watch members of the school community support each other like family and to be a part of that family. One of the things the characters on Glee say a lot is that being a part of something special makes you special. And I can't think of a truer way to put all our relationships with the school, but I apologize for the reference. So this August, mid-August, I am leaving for Oregon to pursue either biology or media or both. I might have to choose, maybe not. I will be leaving with a love of learning, a love for the people around me, and deep, deep appreciation for all of you, and my gratitude is boundless. Thank you.